Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The War for Wildemount. And we are totally as planned. It's the same old. And we'll get started. Where we left off last week, our heroes, our adventurers, they had made it to the city of Nicodronas after a few days of travel and after being ambushed once again in the middle of the night. But after quelling the ambush, moving on through, you made it. And once there, you guys had gone into the villa that the people that you were escorting, it was their final place to meet, where they had friends at. And the place was it's called Lord Baccus's estate. Since you guys were there, you had noticed that he had his own guard, and that one of them are particularly what's it called? Interesting, as he is a knight and a bodyguard of Lord Baccus. And as you all had met him, and he had thanked you all for helping escort his friends back to the safety of the city and out of the war empire. You guys had rested for a little bit. Amari had tried to contact the wizard, Niles Kester, that they had been trying to convene with. And to their surprise, they had found out that Niles is there at the staying there and is a friend of Lord Baccus himself. And as you guys waited in the villa, resting up for the rest of the day, you guys all were in your own rooms, relaxing and kind of getting to know your little spots for later this evening. And as you all were waiting, the sun had fully set now at this point. It is nighttime. It is dark. It is still very nice and warm, but now, since the sun is gone, there's a nice cool sea breeze moving throughout the city. And I should have put Sierra's thing for the map. Oh, my bad, Sierra.
It's all right.
I should have used your map. We had a guy in our game make a map of Nicodronas. And it's so good. So we'll probably put it up in just a moment for you all. But without further ado, what would you guys like to do in the city or in the villa that you guys are now in? And you guys know that they're probably going to call you in, I say, an hour for the feast. You had a servant had came to each of your guys' rooms and had told you guys about it to kind of give you all a heads up on preparing for the dress, or preparing to dress properly. But with that information, what would you all like to do now?
We have about an hour before they show back up to get us.
Yeah, about an hour almost.
Okay.
Just kind of giving you guys time to prepare and get yourselves all prettied up.
Are we meant to stay in the mansion, or can we go anywhere?
If you guys wish to go out, yeah, they're not going to stop you. It's not a prison. Or is it?
Is there enough time for me to check up on my old place? May not be.
I'd have to say maybe. It might
Probably be right on the edge.
It might be pretty far from where you guys are, or where you are.
Yeah.
He's kind of in the here, let me get the map up real quick.
Yeah.
But if you go to the concept art section, you can see that you guys are in the Opal Archways district, kind of like in the nicer area. your place of hideout was near the Restless Wharf.
Yeah, so maybe some time. Might be just on the edge of that. So
Yeah,
I'll
it
hold that thought to
might take
myself.
a few hours to get there, but
Yeah, so I'll hold that thought.
okay,
No problem.
Ooh, no worries. Yeah, what would you guys? What would the rest of you like to do?
I guess for me, I want to see if I can find, uh, just speak with Amari.
All right, yeah, he's just across the hall that you guys are, that your rooms are currently in, since it's a pretty grand
So,
villa.
so yeah, I'll just go up, knock on the door. Amari, you in there?
Yes, hold on. I was getting dressed.
Sorry.
Some ruffling. But the door handle pushes down. I pull it open. Hello? Yes.
Hey, Amari. Yeah, mind if I come in?
Sure. Is there something wrong?
Oh, no, just preparations for our little meeting.
Sure. Come on in. And then he'll pull the door open and step aside.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
So what did you want to speak of?
I guess it'd just be sort of preparations for when we talk to Niles about the artifact. You still have the bag, right?
Yes, I
Oh, okay.
I leave it in my satchel.
Just making sure we didn't leave it inside the cart,
Of course. I would. No, it's been on me the entire time since I've gotten a hold of it back into stock.
Should we take the artifact out of the bag and have it on us? Or should we like present it as we take it out of the bag?
Well, perhaps we could take it out of the bag and give it to him that way. And if he needs anything else from the bag, well, if we can just give it over to him.
Okay. You mind if we look at it just a little bit? I don't think we've ever really looked at this thing.
You're right. I wanted to get a closer look at it, but we just haven't had the time to. But now is better than ever. And I'll walk over to where my things are on my bed, pull out the bag of holding that was previously my satchel, and set it on top of like the desk that's in the room.
Okay.
I haven't had much practice using bags like these, so I think I just kind of envision what I want to grab and reach in. Maybe.
Oh. Here, you wanna is it just like person to person, or do you think like any person who puts their hand in there think of something?
Well, I'm sure everybody could. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to access it if since we got this from Duhane.
Here, let me try something.
Okay.
And I'm
Yes.
gonna actually grab 3 arrows from the bag.
You think, and then whoop, it just kind of appears
Oh,
in like
oh.
just the space next to your hand, almost.
Yeah, there it is. It just felt weird that it just summoned on it. Oh.
These enchantments are so strange.
Oh.
Let me try to
I'm
get
taking
the
these.
Nicholas piece. Go ahead. I'm sure he won't miss 3 arrows. Okay. And I'll reach in to kind of get that necklace piece. I'll think about it, reach in my hand and pull it out.
You don't pull it out. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I just wanted.
What the fuck?
I
Who left
wanted
it?
to give you a heart attack.
Jesus, Amari, I just saw your face. Is everything okay?
It did not. It didn't appear for a second.
Oh,
And I'll
jeez.
pull my hand out and then open my palm.
The necklace and the kind of idol that you wanted to pull out as well, or did you not want to pull that out?
That jeweled idol. Yeah, I'll pull that.
Okay, you pull it out. Go. Whoop. It already has what you can see: yellow and a red gem.
All right, I'll set them both down on top of the desk there, and I'll look at them. What is the necklace?
Well, you can roll an investigation. You want to ascertain what else it could be. From what you can tell, probably uh, it's probably just something that keeps the jewel. It looks like a beautifully decorated kind of like pendant with the missing gem in the center.
Can I roll an investigation for any languages or anything like that?
With his investigation, know that there's writing on it that symbolizes House Esmir and the Order of the Lion on the pendant. But other than that, nothing on the idol that is like readable that you guys can see. But make an investigation on the idol. You're looking at it, and it's in this very strange shape. It's kind of would look like a what is it called? Those weapons that what her name? Xena Princess uses. I totally forget. Do you guys know what those are called? I totally forget. It's those hand blade things, but instead of
Chakram.
It's like a chakram, except from the center. It's not really it's in circular shape. It's in a disc form, but it looks to be more of like a star. It's all connected with together, but with the golden edges though.
You think any of the others should see this, or should we just wait till we just speak
Well,
to
if
Niles?
they go with us to Niles, they will see it there.
Okay.
I still don't know what to make out of any of these. It's very odd. The necklace and the jewel. I don't know. Perhaps Niles knows more about this than we do.
Is this thing magical?
It's a good question. I'll here. I can perhaps prepare a spell without using any of my particular energies to see if it's magical. Maybe it'll take about 10 minutes or so.
Oh, I can head out a bit. Just walk around the hallway if you want.
Perhaps we should go see if the others are awake and what they're up to. If you don't mind, I can sit in here and prepare my ritual spell and
Yeah, sure.
come back.
All right, I'm gonna check up on Lesia first.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And I'll walk
Yeah.
out. Yeah, walk out the room. Head over to Lesia's.
Amari's gonna pull the chair back in the desk, sit down, and start preparing to ritual cast detect magic.
Oh, okay, cool. While you're taking the time to do that, Dominicus, you go over and you can see Lesia doing what now? What is Lesia doing?
Is basically just getting things prepared. Trying to clean up a bit, basically, because we've been out. Not. She doesn't have a whole lot to do that, but she's making do with what she has, and I assume they have facilities there, right, to like clean up.
Yeah, they got every room seems to have its own like little ready bath, not ready bath, but like a place to take a bath in and everything.
Yeah, she's also taken the opportunity to sharpen her sword and stuff. She's probably doing that when he comes in.
Yeah.
Lesia, it's Dominicus.
Come in.
No, and open the door and walk myself in. Yeah, you do that everywhere. Sharpening.
Need the blade to be as sharp as possible. So yes.
Oh, I was prepared. The reason of my visit, I just walked by Amari's right now. We're actually taking a closer look at that the necklace we got from the bag. We really had the time to really look at it. And before we really give it to Niles, we just want to make sure that we have some information before semi handing it off. Maybe, I don't know if we'll keep it or not, but
I see. You
Right.
want me to take a look at it then?
if you would like to, Omari currently right now is doing some sort of ritual to detect some sort of magic along with that necklace. Because frankly, for me, it's still pretty crazy, walking around with this thing around us and Duhane's death. But
Magical artifacts are not really my specialty. Suppose I could take a look. I
he
might
also,
remember something that I've seen.
all right, I'm just making the rounds to check up on everyone.
I'll be in a moment.
All right, I'm gonna check
Finishing
out.
up here.
I'm gonna check it on Mayet, and
Alright.
then I'll make my way out and move my way to Mayet's room.
All right. And you go over, and Mayette is. What is Mayette?
So Maya is, of course, sitting at the vanity, filing her nails because her claws have gotten disgusting, bad. So files her nails, pulls out her fancy dress, her regal dress with the lace and the bows in the back, and starts smoothing them out, and cleaning it up. Puts her makeup on a little bit, ties her hair back in a ribbon, so she kind of looks more presentable and not like she's been in the dirt forever. Someone at the door?
Oh, yes. How did you know? It's me, Dominicus.
Well,
mind if
I
let
heard
myself
someone
in?
walking around.
Oh, mind if I let myself in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Don't
Alright.
look in the mirror, but you can come in.
Okay. I open the door and sort of let myself in. Not really walking myself in the middle of the room, but just staying at the door as it closes behind me. Oh, you're getting ready, I see.
Yeah, I'm used to this. I don't really enjoy it, but it's always, to look your best. You never know what might opportunities come up.
And at the same time, I sort of look at myself and just seeing how I'm still just wearing
Disheveled
my
ranger.
my rangerish looks and my armor. It's like, well, I guess I'll take off this armor then when I get the chance. But besides that, I'm just making the rounds right now, checking up on everyone because
Oh.
me and Amari were just looking at the necklace that we picked up from the bag, and right now he's just doing some thing to see if like magic the necklace is.
You need any help getting ready?
Um,
I'm mostly almost done.
And at this point, it's just really confused, just because like I never really had been asked that question. Um, Maybe my hair.
Oh, yeah. Well, is there a style you'd like? I mean, I know a few things. It is a little messy, but
I'm not really sure. But maybe I'll come back. I'll bring up another offer.
yeah. Tell you what, I will go check on. I will go check on Nahon, and you can check on the others. And if you want me to help you style a little bit, let me know.
I think Nahun's the last one that I need to check up on.
Oh, okay. I'll go over with you.
Oh.
I'm sure we can, trick him into doing something silly and embarrassing himself.
well, you looking like that, it'd be a big surprise. Even I was kind of surprised. You always carry that around, like dress?
Yeah.
Oh. At the same time, we're just walking out the door. So heading to Nahoon's.
All right. Now you can kind of hear footsteps coming your way and laughter a little bit.
All right. Just kind of wait to see if they just pass by or what.
We'll approach the front and I'll do the knock. Just Nahoon, it's Dominicus and
Yes.
Mayette.
Oh,
You
is
mind
it
if
ready?
we? No, not yet. You mind if we come in? For a minute?
One second. You'd hear kind of footsteps approaching the door. A pause. Probably like a faint clink as something is laid down, and he opens the door himself. Yes, what is it?
You mind if we step in for a minute?
Oh, sure. Yes, no issue. As you come in, you'd probably see his crossbow laid up against the bed frame.
Expecting someone?
Oh, he's nothing specific, no.
Well, we're here just to check up on a bit of everyone. You're the last one, but
Oh,
me and Amari were just examining the necklace we picked up from Duhane a while back. We really haven't had the chance to fully examine it us before talking to Niles or something like that. At least have some information internally before.
right. Did you find anything then?
Nothing so far. Right now, he's himself a ritual to find some sort of magic on it or not.
I see. So then, why check on me?
I'm
Do you
sorry.
need help getting ready?
Oh, he kind of looks down at his own clothes, much in the same way Dominicus did. Perhaps, I suppose, but this is the only set of clothes that I own.
How much time do we have before they call us?
You have probably about another 40 minutes.
It's not
40.
been long.
I'm already finished ritual casting, but I'll get to you in just a second, Amari.
Okay, come on, take my hand, both of you.
What?
Out the door!
Oh boy.
Kind of give a glance over to Dominicus, like, what?
Out the door!
Alright, fine.
Hey.
I'm gonna go over to Lesia's room quick, just like.
Oh jeez.
I'm already gone. I went to Amari's.
Oh, damn. Alright,
You-
go
You
answer.
just hear like a bang. Did you hear that? That was loud.
Next door!
That it is again.
Before that happens, let's see. You came over to see Amari, and right when you entered, Amari, you were studying this object, and after about almost halfway through, Lesia comes in, and you don't pay any mind at all. But Lesia quietly just sits over. I don't think she'll bother you, would she?
No, I'm just kind of examining the necklace myself. Do I recognize anything about it?
Roll a investigation check, ma'am. And
Ooh,
Amari.
nice.
Better than
Excuse
all of
me.
us.
So, Lesia, you can tell that the way this piece is made, it's obvious that there's missing crystals on it, because with the two that are there, seems to be a place in the middle, and then where the is it five arms stick out, there's already 2 crystals.
So it has 2 out of 5.
Yeah, it looks like there's 5 places, maybe 6 counting the thing in the middle, but you're not quite sure if that's a place to put a crystal or something else.
Are the crystals the same or are they different?
You can tell that they're well, what you can see is that they're both very different, but they would technically be under the same category of crystal, but I don't think you would know that. You would just know that you would see that they are two different ones with different kind of ways of forming.
Like they look different. They're obviously.
Yeah, there's like the red one's a lot more cleaner than the yellow one, and the yellow one looks very orangey too at times. It's very old. Not to the red one. That red gem is very clean. And Amari, you are detecting. You're trying to detect what kind of magic is in this, and as you are sensing this object, you almost get nothing until the end. You get this instant. Excuse me, hold on. Let me look this up real quick to get it correct on the correct magic that it is. I don't want to get it all wrong. It is probably give me one moment. Sorry. It is probably it is this like strange enchantment and transmutation at the same time. You get both pains, but then it disappears very quickly though. It's like you couldn't hold concentration even for that long, even though you cast the spell and you're doing the ritual. You know that this would normally work, but there's something holding it back a little bit more.
All right, is the idol magical as well?
Yeah, you were. It was the idol you were looking at, right? Or were you looking at the necklace? Both. Nothing on the necklace. It's the idol.
Okay, the idol's the magical one. All right. Amari is gonna take the necklace. He's gonna push it away because fuck that. It's not magical. He doesn't care. He's gonna grab the idol and set it in front of him, and immediately start ritual casting Identify. So he'll reach into his bag, take out the pearl that he has carried with him, and he'll basically just hold it in front of him as he begins mumbling just different words of not enchantment, but
you post
divination magic. Yeah, go ahead.
You are looking at this thing, and it is all of a sudden it kind of clicks in your head. This is it looks a tad bit mechanical, but as soon as you start studying it more, it has a bit of divine magic in itself as well, now that you're looking at it a little closely, and then possibly with the two together, it kind of helps explain why there isn't just one school of magic on it, why there's two, maybe. And so you're looking at the object, you now know that if you had all the crystals on it, it would teleport you somewhere else.
Okay. So is there any types of spells affecting the item and pertaining to that the detect magic? Is it being magically obscured for a reason?
I'm trying to see if you would be able to ascertain that without. Roll a Arcana check. You can tell that the machine is smarter than most things that you have known. It's kind of strange. It's more of like this thing itself kind of, with its knows if the crystals are there, then it starts revealing more of what it could do, almost in a way. It's really strange.
So right now it's just powered down basically because the crystals are in there.
And you can tell though that there is some things that
There
are
is magic that can
trying
go
to
into
hide.
it, but we have to have the crystals to activate the magic that's
Mhm.
involved. So it's not
Otherwise-
magical. It's not
otherwise
necessarily magical unless the crystals are in it. Okay.
Otherwise, you wouldn't even know there's something there. Yeah, it would just be just this
Right.
thing. That's why it's like a half. You're like almost getting the ping, but not quite sure. Now you're kind of like, oh fuck, that makes more sense now.
6 intelligence, baby.
Did
Yeah, you're smart. I forgot about that.
were there any crystals or gems in the bag? I think this
Were there, Big Red?
something. If
I don't remember.
No, I would
Uh,
let you know if there would be.
I don't believe there were any in there that could fit inside of the idol. It's very odd. It's like the crystals that fit inside of it don't quite. The crystals provide the magic. Without them, it's just a shell. I can't
figured
quite
it
pick up
was
what type of magic it is.
something along those lines, based on
As far as I can tell, though,
Make up
the crystal here, if you have all the gems, it's for teleportation, perhaps. It could take you somewhere, but right now it's powered down.
some sort of key, maybe.
It could very well be that, yes. Perhaps could take us to something someone is hiding. Perhaps this is a missing piece to some sort of puzzle. We need to find the crystals. Maybe Niles knows where they are. But clearly I don't. Either way, it's very interesting.
Is different than things I am familiar with. But
And then that's when you guys hear the.
Hey, oh God! Come in. It's unlocked.
All right, and I'm gonna drag, and Dominicus in. My arm. Shopping trip, are you coming?
no,
No. I have to speak to Niles.
Fine. All right, let's go. We're gonna head out. We're gonna try to find the closest like clothing merchant or any.
You're shopping, you say? Who says they have any gold?
I'm
Okay,
paying.
wait. You
Oh,
guys
boy.
going outside of the property right now? Oh, okay. Okay. Since it's about nighttime right now, and you guys are like kind of going out, you're going out in the courtyard through the same place that you'd walked through and passing by the training area that you guys are in. Sir Locke, you're in the training area, kind of see, you can see some, excuse me, I'm about to burp or something, oh gosh. Oh no.
Don't do that.
There we go,
Just
okay.
take a pause, John.
I just couldn't stop. I don't know. And as you are standing there with a few men, kind of talking with them, security, you had been dealing with this problem all through the night, and even right at this moment, you know that the 2 guardsmen outside the gate are dealing with this very antsy noble that you have dealt with in the past. And since you guys have a lot of important business that Lord Baccus had told you of this evening, not to, he told you not to disturb him about any people, that you would like kind of take note and shoo them away. But this guy is angry, and he's been talking about that he knows that son of a bitch is in the house. He keeps saying something like that.
So he wants to talk with Lord Baccus?
No. He wants he starts spouting off just something about a wizard, and you're like not sure if he's talking about Niles.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm.
But it's a noble that Lord Baccus has dealt with before. You can't remember his name, but he is you kind of remember what they're affiliated with.
I cannot remember.
You remembered that he was just one of the two-bit nobles that are in a mafia, or trying to start a guild mafia.
Okay. So Marcus, he will. He speaks.
But you can see. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. But
No,
you can see now the 3 of them, Mayette, Darminicus, and Nahon, walking towards the gate, trying to make it, trying to go outside almost.
Okay, so Marcus will go out towards the group. Excuse me, where are you heading?
Oh, are you from here?
Yes.
These two need clothes.
Yes.
I mean,
Do you know where they can get some?
Well, I believe clothing store. But right now, they're probably closed.
Why?
It is a bit so.
eyes are out.
Don't they have like personal tailors or anything around here?
I don't know.
All
But
right.
we will call for you in a second. You should probably wait. It won't be that long.
I
Just kind of
could probably just take off the armor, just you can fix my hair. I was thinking like professional on the front while you can keep the long hair in the back, but
You know what? I'm gonna make sure that someone come with clothing to you. But right now,
Thank you.
I just have to deal with something.
And
Do you have
you
anyone
guys
who
can.
could fix his armor and like clean it up too? Kind of dirty.
I see what I
And
can do.
you guys are speaking to each other, and you can hear outside of the wall and the gate as well, because the wall is about like almost 13 feet tall.
Okay.
You can hear this big bombastic voice.
Yeah.
I know he's in there. Damn it!
Will you excuse me for a moment?
Of course, that is your trouble, I assume.
So Marcus turns around and approaches the gate. Can I see through the gate?
It's got wooden doors, and then in front of that, metal gate. So the wooden door, on the inside gate guards, they open one of the doors.
Okay.
No, excuse me. There's gonna be like little window slots that can just like fold and move over, and then you can talk outside of the gate too. Then.
Okay. And there's two guards outside as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're out there.
Okay.
They're looking. They have like they're looking at him. They're kind of antsy too. You can see when you open the window and see. And as he opens that, does anybody make a perception roll?
Oh, yeah, I'm totally poking around. Man's bored as hell. Any loud noise, she's on it.
This person is very interesting.
All right, Nahone, Darminicus, and Mayette and Darminicus, you guys look at this person. It screams noble, and he screams boisterous as well, for his clothing is very elegant. And you can see that he has a few men with him that are in kind of like roguish outfits. And they have some hide armor and studded other armor. And they look very duelist, and they're armed and ready. But there's about like 4 of them. And the guy in the center, he has like black hair and gray on the sides. And he's got a big strong face, square face, round in the center as well. But he is still pretty. He looks to be pretty strong and looks to be pretty like combat ready. Not combat ready because he's not wearing combat clothes, but he has seen some fights. You can tell.
Yeah.
And Nahone, you look at him and he instantly thinking, you're like, that looks so familiar, and then it just all of a sudden you look down and you see the necklace, and then it clicks in your mind. Remember that night you had seen those noble, all those men come before, going down the streets to go burn down Amari and Mulgor's place.
Alright, perhaps we should get back inside, yes? Now is not the time.
Yeah, they're armed. Maybe I don't know. This has to do with the idol or something. We should warn the others. I don't know if they did.
I do not believe they're here.
Oh, okay.
And if they are, then I think they have an entire mention most of soldiers to get through before they hit us.
Yeah, we really appreciate you, Mayette. While you're still like holding on my arm, but we'll see what they give us.
All right. I mean, aren't you a little curious what all that arguing is going on for?
Oh, absolutely. But I can already tell you. I will explain once we are inside, yes?
I can already tell.
I'm gonna insight this.
Alright.
I can't. You can tell he's truthful, and a little vague at the same time. You're like, what?
You're hiding something, aren't you?
Not anymore, I'm not.
Hmm.
He just gives
All
like
right.
a faint grin.
Okay. As they're
You
talking,
know you can't lie to me.
I can and I am.
Well, I mean, well, yeah, because we're not walking around. All I have to do is lock you somewhere. And
True
you didn't
that.
hear that. Let's go upstairs.
As if I did not.
So they continue. They leave and kind of leave you to your business, Zerlock, and you're staring at this square-faced man. And a few of your guardsmen that we were talking with came over to kind of like see what was going on and help you out in case you needed help as well.
open the gate.
The guards on the inside, or the guards on the outside, instantly go to the gate and open the metal part, and the ones on the inside, they open the door part as well, or the wood part.
Yeah,
And
so Locke is just standing in front of it as it's open. He has his arms folded behind his back, just looking out.
and you stand there, and you're kind of like the only one in the open space. And after a second comes by, you're looking at the man with all of his men, and they kind of posturing and boistering. They look at you, and they not brand their weapons, but they have their hands on their hilts and such. And you, sorry.
Yeah, so Locke is just looking at them, ice cold. What seems to be the problem?
For a second, you can kind of see a bit of sweat come down a few of them, in like on like the flanks almost. Like you can see that there's just kind of like young guys, and they look pretty nervous now when they saw you. Like,
yeah, he's looking like he's studying each and one, like looking deep in the eye, and the next, and the next. What is all this about?
The big man comes over. My name is Lord Baccus. Now, I know Lord Baccus. He knows me. We're friends, you see. Now, he has somebody inside, from what I've heard, that has done something terrible to my family.
And who might that be?
You have a boy, a man named Destercia.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, our people say to, and I'm inclined to believe him. You see.
Are you suggesting that I'm lying, sir? Now he looks him dead in the eyes.
I'm suggesting you keep secrets from me. And kind of looks at you very sternly too.
Well, I'm not obliged to tell you anything. If I keep secrets or not, that's my business. And I think you should go home and stop all this posture. You're making my men edgy.
And as you said that, a few of the men come back, or clearly outnumbering them. About like 8 more dudes come and stand to the side next to you with their weapons on their hands, and they're just looking at them very casually. And it's everybody that you've been training with, and you know that you're fucking fine. And as that happens, roll an intimidation check.
Yeah.
With advantage, maybe because of all the people.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
Yeah, I think you
Just,
should give
just
those.
because you said that. If you didn't say that, I wouldn't have given it.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah,
Seriously.
well, I tried.
Yeah, thank you.
You can see that the noble just spit on the ground, and he looks at you. I'll be back. I'll be back with more men, and then Lord Baccus will want to talk.
You do that.
He just heads out.
You have
And
a nice evening.
He grabs one of the young men and kind of whispers in his ear, make a perception check and see you still have the gate open.
Perception. Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Oh damn. Yeah, you can hear him kind of whisper, "Stay here. Make sure they don't leave." And he just heads on out, and the rest of the men leave. But the one young lad that he spoke to kind of merges in with the crowd and sits up across the street.
Okay.
What would you do? Do you guys close the gate and
Yeah,
Close
close
up
the
shop.
gates.
the guards?
I speak with one of the. I turn around, look at the men. Just be on the lookout. They mean trouble. They come back, inform me right away.
As the man that you were talking to gives you a nod, and as you look up, you can see your training partner, Sir. He's been here since for a while. He's a young kid that you've been friends with for quite a bit, you know.
Mhm.
And his name is Sir Evan.
Sir Evan.
Yeah, he comes up. He was the one that kind of takes over training for you sometimes in here and there, and he comes over and kind of looks at you. He's dressed in his formal wear and kind of like guard formal wear for when you guys have like balls and other dinners and such. And he comes over and looks at you and says, "Well, it seems that things are already getting pretty tense around here."
Yes, Lord Baccus has interesting friends. You know what they're talking about.
I don't know anything. You know me. I
They're
do wish
looking
to know.
They're looking for one of the guests here.
With that man up there?
Yes,
Looking for a guest.
the Sturcia. I believe it's the wizard.
Might have to do with all of that shit that happened a few months back. Or a month back. Do you remember that? It wasn't even a month back when I think about it. It was almost a few weeks ago.
Remind me, is it?
There was that bar fight between a few people and a man that noble's son.
Oh, one that died.
Yeah.
But they think that this boy did it.
It was him, and I think it was the one that would probably have done it was the dwarf. It was a dwarf. Man with all these tattoos. Very strange markings on him. But my guess, he would probably have killed him. But I don't know. You should get ready.
Yes, I should
Master
get ready.
Master may want us in the room.
Are you gonna join us?
I'll be in the yard patrolling. You'll be next to him.
Evan.
I'm in the back.
Have you seen Roseanne?
Yes, I think she was with her father, and then they were just speaking to Lord Baccus out in the courtyard while they are having the dinner.
Sir Marcus nods. Thank you. I'll I'll go get dressed. Yes. You stay here.
He gives a nod.
And so Marcus just heads out to his room.
All right.
He's going to take off his armor and get ready.
Get all fancy. All right. No worries. And you go back up. Or you do your thing, and everybody else, as you guys were. Excuse me about the burp again. Oh my God. But as you guys were staying in your
sorry.
rooms,
Before that, I tell Sir Evan to make sure that they send someone over to give them clothes to see what they need.
I was gonna say you would have done that probably
Yeah.
right before you went out. You would have told one of the servants while she was out getting supplies. She nods and heads out, but then you go out and get ready.
When I have the chance, I will bring Dominicus and Mayette straight to my room.
All right. Yeah, you do that as soon as you guys get back from being in the training yard.
All right. All right, my room. Come on.
All right.
Okay.
So I bring them to my room, close the door behind them, and then the Hun just walks over and sits on his bed. All right. So that man. Well, I I did something a bit bad to him a few weeks ago, I think.
Oh,
Hmm.
how bad?
Well, let me put it this way. My blades have cut many seams, and that man does not have ability to procreate anymore. You see what I mean?
Oh my.
Why would you do that to a person? Did he ask for it?
No wonder he's a yeller.
What man would ask for that?
Oh, maybe he doesn't want any more kids.
That it just kind of tells us how thinking about like what? All right. Since you seem to have actually fallen for it, no, I did not cut off his dick.
I would have. He was very loud.
He was very loud, and I do not like him. I have not even met the man actually, but I do recognize his garments. I could see through the gates that he had necklace. Well, kind of reach over my back and I pull out the necklace, now sans a ruby. Was much of this design, yes?
What? Wait, what? How'd you get that?
Well, how I met Mari and Mulgore. Mulgore was, if I remember correctly, he was instigating a bar fight. Or perhaps, no, it was not him. He was standing his ground in a bar fight. Some selfish rich kids, nobles, you see, were trying to gang up on him. And he fought back and knocked down almost every single one of them easily.
That's Mulgore.
Amari, on the other hand, was attempting to defend both him and Mulgore himself, and was forced to use one of the spells that he has to defend them, thus pinning himself as wizard. I myself was able to break up the bar fight, send a few of them running for their lives, but it seems that my scare tactic to make them forget has not worked at all. We left Nicodronas on bad terms. They burned Amari and Mongo's apartment down. And from then on, I traveled with them. That man, I believe, there are, if I remember correctly, 3 major noble houses, and each of them were practically the same. Like what is that? Underground, extortion, things like. One of them, I believe, has a ruby, as in ring or necklace, has a sapphire and emerald. And those kids were from the ruby one. I do not remember the name. And so is that man. Now it seems Amari is public enemy number 1. I did stay hidden, but I'm surprised they remember him over Mulgore. It seems that they hold a very, very deep grudge, which does not surprise me. But this may end up becoming a problem.
Do you remember the name of the organization by chance?
Why do you ask?
Well, funny. I too, not too long ago was also, the words, common, being used, I guess, for lack of better words. Kind of ask for, sort
Oh,
of.
right.
So, not like that. Jeez, you pervert.
No,
Anyway.
the black robes. Of course, I remember.
Yeah. So, one of them was kind of looking for a gem as well. I wonder, but do you think maybe that's related? I mean, that's very odd.
Could be. I try to think on the name of the family.
You remember the family being the red one? An intelligence check since you haven't been here in a while, and you kind of knew them a little bit. I think that.
Well,
no.
No, I do not.
How is it
You
possible?
remember that it was for this crime mafia group that they kind of, this merchant crime guild that they ever knew that they're forming within the city, that is out, that you knew that you knew that it was outside of the other nobles in the Marquise kind of area, but they've been running the Undercity for the most part, like you had said, and you just remembered that there's a ruby family, a sapphire family, and an emerald family that kind of like distinguishes the 3.
I could perhaps ask. Yeah, that would cause some suspicion then if I
yeah,
were
I
to
don't
ask.
think it's probably best to go wandering around town saying, "Hey, do you know any underground crime lords? We're looking for them."
I would
It
be more
didn't
subtle
end
than
up
that.
so well last time for me.
Or me. When I went to
You know, it's probably getting close. We should probably go
Yes.
check on Lesia, and I'm sure Amari probably has his nose stuck in a book or something soon.
Right. Very likely.
Yeah, we'll get ready then. Whatever they give us the stuff.
I would have to tell him that I told you as well, because it is now necessary for us all to know. So
Leave
you know.
alive. No.
Hmm?
Oh. Do you think they need to know? I mean, is it kind of one of those things where the more people know, the better? Or
In all honesty, I did not think this would be a problem, even if we did intend to. But now that you both know, I think it's best that Lesia know as well, and that Amari knows that you know.
that's like going to wander to your old house and like have them waiting there to ambush you or anything like that.
They do not know where I live. No.
Okay, I've read a lot about that. Like people get lonely and then they go back home and then like.
That is a bit dramatic, but there is some truth to that.
You know, some of those stories are true.
Some of them are, but no, they do not know where I live.
Give me ideas.
My
I'm
She's a little shit. Okay. Tell you what, you two get dressed because I am not looking at those disgusting bodies like that. I'll go check on Lesia and see if she needs anything.
Right. You go
Alright.
back to the room that Amari and Lesia were in.
I'm
Right back
actually
to-
gonna. Yeah. As Dominicus leaves, Nahon is gonna leave as well.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Yeah.
Goes
Amari
into the room now.
Amari has placed out his spellbook in front of him where his notes are, and he is currently using like a very like fine pen basically to kind of etch different runes and sigils into that stone that he has picked up. Halfway done.
Right, Lesia's probably gone back to her room then and is polishing her arm.
Okay. You're you all find Lesia, or Mayette finds Lesia, and you guys follow her as well. Once you guys are there, you kind of see Lesia just polishing her armor, making it light, looking nice and pretty.
Mostly getting the blood out.
That too.
Lesia, have you ever been to these type of events before?
Not often.
Oh. Are you nervous?
No.
Well, we were gonna go shopping, and then there was some really loud guy outside, and they told us, the guards told us to stay in here. So now we're all just kind of waiting for everyone to get ready, and then we didn't know if you were ready
I am
or if you
almost
needed
done.
help.
I'm fine.
Nahon just walks by his pass and goes to Amari's room.
The door would be slightly ajar.
Okay, I'll wait.
Are you making your presence known? What?
Not yet. I'll let them finish the scene first.
Okay.
It's just gonna kind of sit there, just watching Lesia, and just like pull out her little bottle of perfume and just kind of like roll it back and forth in her armor.
Yeah, Amari, I guess you do hear light knock against the door.
Come in.
Alright. Nahon kind of swings his cone on the door and he pushes his way in.
Oh,
Hey.
hello, Nahon.
Hello.
Ciao.
How's the investigation going?
Particularly the idol, do you mean, or?
Might as well. I was
Um,
told that you were researching something.
Well,
Close the
I
door
was,
behind
but the information comes from the idol. If you look on it, as Leslie had pointed out to me, there are a few different spots where crystals can fit into here. Interestingly enough, you can only see two of them. So what we have concluded is that the crystals give the idol power, and if the crystals are not present, then the item is, or the powder within it is necessarily powered down. So it's very difficult unless it has the crystals provided and it has the powder it needs, basically like the juice it needs. Then it could do something interesting. I believe for able to tell, it could possibly teleport us somewhere. So it may be a key. It could be anything. But
Interesting.
the problem is finding the gems that fit in there.
Nahon kind of crouches down. Do the crystals have any different colors to them?
One is red, one is yellow.
Yes.
Hmm.
Sorry, I was burping again. God damn it.
Ruby and... Alright. Interesting, that's...
Also, one is very clean and one is not.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah. The idol, it's like itself looks kind of worn too, but it is made of some particular metal that looks very strange, but it's very fucking shiny as well. It's like silvery platinum almost.
By the way, before that, I also would have went through the bag of holding. Is there anything in there like that's interesting besides the idol and stuff and that chest that we pulled out? Is there anything else?
A lot of tools. Like I said, there's a lot. Each and every one kit, like that you can think of obtaining. He's got all of them. You can see a few weapons are there, but when you start looking at them, they seem to be just normal weapons. He's got just like kind of multiples of everything, just for a lot of different situations. He's got a lot of just. He's got a lot of cold weather gear. He's got a lot of warm weather gear. He's got just kind of everything for a lot of different things, and you're like, the more that this is kind of like you're pulling out, he's got currencies from like different places that you haven't yet noticed. Like there's just weird things that don't belong to just normal knight captain almost.
Okay, gotcha. I would have put everything back and then went back to and then started on the rock.
Okay,
But it was just
All right.
no worries.
but anyway, other than that, I'm not able to discern anything else unless we are able to get the crystals, and perhaps then more information come from it. Maybe Niles
Of
knows something
course.
more, so who knows?
Very likely, yes. At the moment, we know practically nothing about it. Speaking of which, how are you feeling?
I feel okay. Just it feels nice to be back in Nicodronas. The weather is nice here for the most part, and I don't know.
Are
It's
you
nice
anxious
to
at all to meet him?
Niles, anxious, excited. I would say it's been a while. I don't know much about the guy. From the time that I've known him, I've seen him once time, and I don't know. He said he was a friend of my uncle's, and perhaps something more could come out of it. I don't know. So maybe he has something to teach me.
Hmm. Well, perhaps I must change that with a bit of anxiety then. Something happened.
What do you mean?
Is not too. Nothing actually happens, but there was a man at the front gate. Nothing actually happens there. The what is his name? Sergeant Locke was able to take care of it. But this man had a ruby necklace on his chest that I saw.
Does that ring a bell?
I can't remember if Amari actually saw him with that, but roll an intelligence. Actually, no.
Oh, God.
Oh
fuck!
Oh no, you'll
No.
Well-
I'll count it. I'll count it still. You remember everything to the like picture perfect. Everything kind of that whole session kind of plays out in your head.
Mine
From
just flashes back to the picture moment.
The whole day goes through your head, and you're like, "That's the day." Like a lot of shit changed almost in your head, mind, and everything just comes back to you, and you're like, "Whoa."
Wise like, oh, Fortuna.
Isn't it?
He was here? He came here? Are you
Not that man, I think, but one of his lackeys, I believe. Yes. Somebody happened to see us as we were heading over here, and now they know that you are no quote unquote that you are here, and I believe they are looking for you. Beyond that, I hope this is the lesser of two evils, but I have my aunt and Darminicus was there with me when I saw this, so I had to explain to them what's happened that day.
I get it. Shit, that's news.
I thought it was
I
best
will.
to tell you before you went to meet in case
Sure.
it was brought up.
I thought was Niles. Is he in the Is he in this? Is he in the place we're staying right now, or is he in a different place?
Yes, he's in the place, but he's not in the wing that you guys are in. There's there seems to be multiple wings, and you're in one of them.
Either way, I appreciate you telling me. Now it seems like I can't leave the villa. Shit.
Perhaps I may be able to, but if you need anything, just let me know.
Sure. It sucks to be cooped up in here. It's such a beautiful city.
For now.
Oh well. perhaps something else could come of it. But maybe being here, I'll have time with Niles, and perhaps he and I could discuss a few things.
Much of it. Yeah. Hmm.
But in any case, that reminds me. What time do I remember? What time that I was supposed to go speak to Niles?
He
Or was
said
it gonna
later
call for me?
after the, or he said he was going to call for you.
Okay.
But then I think, if I'm correct, there was a message that told you that he was going to talk to you after the dinner.
Tonight.
they were
Okay,
gonna
so he's gonna
have
talk to me
tonight,
tonight.
so-
Okay,
yeah.
great.
It's going to be tonight. But then, and shortly after, you guys get notice of a servant coming by to each of your doors and letting you know that it is time to convene in the courtyard for dinner. And even
All
you,
right.
Sir Locke, but you, Sir Locke, have already been there. You've
Yeah.
been kind of waiting and kind of in position, as it seemed Niles and Lord Baccus were spending most of the time chatting towards the end, but you can see that what's his name? Crap, I'm really bad at names, so this is terrible. Oh,
Seven?
Lord Oros is in the courtyard with Roseanne and Ed as well, as Ed is kind of like as best dressed as he can.
Okay. So did I just come to the courtyard, or have I been there?
They've been there. They've just
Okay.
been like kind of hanging about, and Roseanne brought over Lord Oros, or Lord Oros came over with Roseanne. The both of them wanted to come over and say hello and to greet you.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so just to finish this scene. Nahon kind of after the servant comes to notify us. Nahon, having, sat kind of crisscross legs in front of Amari, he kind of gets up with seems to be kind of just effortless and reaches out to him. Time to go.
With these, let me pack a few things up here.
Of course.
But I'll walk with you if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. It's not like I'm in any rush.
Sure. And he'll kind of get up. He'll take the rock, the stone that he's been working on, push it into his satchel. He'll snap his fingers so that way Alabaster kind of pops back into that white suit of dragon form, and he'll let him scamper up on to up his arm and then wrap around his neck like he normally just rests there quietly. And then he'll set his satchel to the side on top of the desk and make his way out with Nahum.
And we do that, and before he opens the door, he says, Amari,
Yes.
I will keep my eye out for any trouble. You do not have to worry.
I appreciate that. I will also keep an eye out for the most part. But now I know about it, so it's going to be in the back of my mind.
Right,
But
sadly.
I'll try not to worry. I know that we'll pretty much just
think so.
we can't quite leave the city or the village.
Yes. Well, there is much space here. You could probably take a walk if you wish.
That's true. I'll see.
Hmm.
But either way, I'm not going to lie. I'm quite hungry, so let's go.
No, I'm not.
I'll head on out together.
And you guys head on out. People, food and plates have been brought over to. They've made this dining area now, where you guys were waiting outside, just because it's really nice outside, and they kind of made the area really pristine and kind of wonderful. As there is a harp player, and then someone playing another instrument, a few other instruments, a flute, and then a tambara or something, kind of set in tune around everything. Lord Oros and Roseanne was kind of chatting with you, Sir Locke, before everybody comes over. But
Yeah, so Solak looks at Roseanne. I'm terribly sorry what happened to your husband.
yeah, thank you. It came all too sudden, to be honest.
But I'm happy you're on.
Thank you. And she kind of gives a bashful smile to you.
He smiles, but then he oppressed it really quick. He looks uncomfortable.
Lord Oros comes over and puts pats you on the shoulder.
Oh,
Strapping young lad, yes.
oh.
How goes the training?
Sir the Falcon, my lord. Yes, it goes very well. The men are training hard.
Yes.
They're training every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. Keep it up. Keep it up, yes.
Thank you. I will.
It is good to see some very good knighthood. Better than my son, Italian. Have you heard of news of him?
No, certainly not. I was hoping you had.
Mikey kind of gets a little bit upset and just walks away. And you were just like, holy fuck, okay. You kind of like thought you insulted him and Roseanne. Just don't worry. He's been. Yeah. They haven't spoken in 6 years. He hasn't seen him in 6 years. Nothing. Not even anything to me. So don't feel bad.
No, it's all right. You know I have a lot of respect for him. But yeah, it is odd. I haven't heard from him for around 5-6 years also. Well, if there's anything you need, man.
No, I don't need anything. Just a good night's dinner. How about that? Look, this looks wonderful.
Yeah,
she kind of goes into
good.
small talk, kind of not really knowing what else to say. And she also feels a little awkward as well. You can kind of gather.
Yeah, he looks stiff, like he doesn't really know what to say and where to put his hands, and he looks out of his element. But he's dressed nicely though. He has a dark purple silk shirt, like the kind of the one that he has on the picture, with silver stripes, leather pants. He looks elegant, smells good, perfect hair.
And a stern face.
Very.
And as you guys have finished the conversation and everything kind of lulls down, and Lord Oros tries to start talking to you about old deeds that he used to accomplish.
Yeah, and he's really listening, like he's really soaking it in.
He as soon as you start soaking it in, that gets him going. Everybody starts entering. He doesn't even notice them. And Roseanne gets up and greets him. Hello, everybody. Alessia, Dominicus, Mayette, and Amari. I'm glad you guys came.
Unless he just gives a firm nod. Doesn't say anything else.
Father. And Ed kind of gives you guys a nod. Hey!
Hello.
Lord Oros just kind of turns around and, darling, I'm busy right now. Can't you see? Recounting the tales of the dancing dragon. For Christ's sake, leave me alone. As I was saying, it was up in the sky. You're just moving around. He just continues just doing just crazy things.
But Sir Marcus will have noticed that they came in, right?
Yeah, he would have. You would have definitely noticed. You're not as out of it as he is.
Yeah, Amari's gonna park his ass right next to him, right next to Marcus, right in the chair.
All right, he just sits right next to you.
Little pseudo dragon perched up on my shoulder, kind of. He's like, you see him kind of sticking his nose out in the air, just sniffing around at this food and shit.
It's all out, and you can see everybody's been kind of digging in slowly. because there seems to be no rules.
Alright. Alessia's gonna start helping herself then to she can reach.
Yeah, there's everything's very fine roasted, like beef and meats with like other seasons and herbs and spices to kind of make things lively.
She's gonna try a little bit of everything.
And yet, when you taste the wine, it tastes very fucking familiar.
Where is this wine from?
And the servant kind of kneels over. That is from the what is that place from? The Redbone plantation, or the Redbone vineyards. Rodbane vineyards. Sorry.
Thought
Excuse
it was familiar. Well, it's good. Where did you get this from? Did you just have it imported all the way?
Yes, we had recently gotten it from the over from the north recently. Just for this night, we were told to buy it.
Yeah. Well, I happen to know the owners very well. If you would like more, let me know, and I could probably get it to you at a very good discount.
Oh, no, I'm not the one you should talk to. You should talk to the head chef around here. His name is Bombasio.
Have to do that.
She gives a nod, kind of. No worries, and heads on, or just like continues doing what she was kind of preparing.
Marcus, he puts his hands on Oris.
And as the dragon just swooped in through thousands of feet. Yes.
Yes, can you excuse me for 1 second? I'll be right back.
No worries. No worries, young sir. No worries. Yes, I will tell you the rest of the story when I get to it and I ride one of those dragons and one of them pretends to think that I'm its mate.
Yes, I want to hear
many
about
interesting things happen after that. I don't know what you think, though.
Sir, have you tried this wine yet?
He turns to Amari.
Yes, I have. It's quite delicious. He kind of starts going to talking to you, man.
Would you like more?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes.
I'm gonna grab Nolan's cup. Hand it to him. Like,
that is not an issue.
This is different. This is you see, I don't really like spreading it around, but this is actually my family's wine. And based on the kind of glass you put it in, notice how Nolan's glass is slightly different rimmed? It will have a different taste. Go ahead and try it.
Oh, you are a winery. What is that?
I'm
What is
gonna
the words for those?
Take Amari's glass.
All right.
But I mean, like, you see, this one is weighted differently, so all the aroma will come on one side. It will hit your nose first on the left nostril and the left. Your head will start feeling very nice and airy. Go ahead and try.
He seems so enamored with what you're telling him now. He's like, oh, just like a child, just kind of like sniffing.
I'm gonna take Dominicus' glass.
We need to hire a wine expert. Wait for a second. Yes.
What to do?
See, now this one is weighted. It will go straight to your head. You should start feeling very nice and calm. Go ahead, drink.
Make a persuasion check. I'd give you advantage. This is pretty good. he just is like, I do feel much calmer. Like he kind of sends out for right after he said that, he sniffed it. He's like, oh quite right.
if you need any more, I have a pitcher over here. Just let me know.
And he kind of goes towards her. Well, son, did you know? And he kind of spouts off the same stuff you just said to him, but like she has no idea, almost like she had never heard it, but she's just kind of a little bit annoyed, just nodding and laughing.
I'm gonna walk right up next to Nahon, and then Fern will be like, "Hopefully, that shut them up." And just walk back to my.
Gives like a finger and nods. Like,
So Locke
That's what
takes
she's
this
doing.
opportunity and turns his head towards Amari. We have a word in private.
For two?
In private.
Who you saying?
Towards you.
Oh, I
Oh yeah,
didn't
towards
think-
you. Exactly. And we have a word in private.
Sure. Yes.
Come with me.
Push himself up from the chair, walk away with him.
if Amari glances Nahon's way, he gives him a snap.
Sorry, there's something wrong. What was it, Marcus Locke, right? Right?
Yes, that's right. You're Disturia, right? I got that right?
Yes, that is my last name, Amari Distosia.
There was someone who asked for you. When have you last been in Nicodronas?
A few weeks ago, I was with a few friends of mine. I heard of this situation. There was some gentleman. I heard with a ruby necklace on. Correct?
That's correct, yes. I've heard that you had problems with him in the past.
Yes, I did. Very simply put, it ended up in a bar fight. Not with him specifically, but his, I can only assume, sons or nephews or something in that regard. I tried not to get involved, but the companion I was with at the time
The
is a
dwarf.
little more hard-headed than I am. Yes, he's a dwarf. Yes,
Where is he now?
you know how they are. You know how they can be. He's in Zadash.
Okay. So that's all you know.
Well, I know that that when we were here, we went about the business at the bar. I went with my friend. It was one of the first times that we had been out together. When it goes to bars, there was something. They started to antagonize him because he's a dwarf, and it's just odd to see dwarves in Nicodronas anyway, I assume.
Yes.
But especially one of his caliber, he's hard-headed. He sparked the interest, and he caused the fight. I did what I could, and then we had to leave. And after that, on our way home, we found out that the people, particularly those kids, who I'm assuming hired some thugs, they burned down our apartment, and then we had to leave.
Well, here's the part that you don't know. You might be in deeper trouble than you might think. One of the lads died that night. And they will not let it go easily. So you might be
Oh
in.
my goodness.
Was one of the Lord's sons.
See Amari's face kind of it's like full of surprise right now. He's like, certainly we didn't mean to. We didn't mean to do any type of harm that way. I tried to keep the magic at the bare minimum. I didn't want to kill anyone by any means. I just tried to do. I even protected one of them at one point.
Well, they. You know, between you and me, these people are trash.
Well, I suppose so. If you want to put it that way.
But
But like I said,
nonetheless, very dangerous.
correct.
So you're updated. They know you're in here and they have a guard stationed outside. As soon as you leave, they will know.
What do you suspect that I do? Obviously, I don't want to cause any harm to you or the villa and the lord that lives here. So, is there perhaps a separate way I could leave if need be?
Well, you did bring the harm here, but nothing we can handle. But I should
Sure,
speak
but-
to Lord Baccus about this. We'll find a solution.
Okay. If you need anything from me, I am happy to give aid where I can. Like I said,
Sure.
it's a difficult situation, and I'm here because I caused this. I'm more than willing to help you out.
Sure. Thank you. I just wanted you to know.
Of course, thank you for letting me know the additional information. Again, I had no idea that we ended up causing that deep of harm. That troubles me deeply because I don't know if I was the one who did it, but either way.
So Marcus all this time has been looking at you, like analyzing how you answered, like try to see how you react. All right.
Okay,
Well, I think insight.
go ahead.
Insight check.
Carry on. Yeah, he does mean it when he says that he feels bad if because he knows one of them died. He did mean it. It's genuine when he says that he feels bad because he doesn't know if it was him or Mulgore or whoever that accidentally killed him. That was genuine, but he's also how do I explain it? He's also very quizzical as well. He seems to be doing the exact same thing that you're doing as you're both talking. He's also studying you as well.
Okay. All right.
Did you
But yeah,
want to take an insight check?
I can.
You can see he's very stern.
Mhm.
He does not. He still has a guard up. You can't really tell that much about him, other than that he's all about business right now.
Okay.
You can tell he's very business oriented. Well, not business oriented, but he's fucking serious, I guess.
Yeah, he's very
Another
serious.
thing to note about Amari is while he does look very he looks like a carefree sort of individual, the way he speaks and the way he presents himself is very regal, as if he has some form of nobility to him. That is either been drilled into him or something that he's taken upon himself. But he also looks very regal, noble, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, he saw that you were not lying, and then his tense eyes just relaxed for a moment. I did not mean to upset you.
There's no upsetting. If anything, I'm grateful that you came to me to tell me, because if I had known, I could have just walked out the gate and get a knife in my throat or something.
Well, some of your friends were doing that. The reason why I want to talk to you alone is I don't know how much you have told your company. That is up to you.
But most of them know. At least I know the two that tried, or the three that tried to leave, know of the situation. So,
Well,
if something comes of it, though, I would be assured to let them know.
it is not my business. I just wanted you to know. But
Of course.
I hope you will enjoy the dinner, and I will talk to Lord Baccus. Sorry, my throat is just so sore at the moment.
It's all right.
Have some water.
I'm drinking water and warm tea and everything is just not helping.
Amari he lowers his head in a respectful gesture. He turns around and begins making his way back towards the table. Take a seat again. Probably summon one of the servants around to get him another wine or glass because Matt just jacked his. And and then he'll go about getting other food as well, and every now and then passing a bit of meat to Alabaster for him to eat on.
So Marcus will go to Baccus. What is he doing?
Lord Baccus is not there yet. He is about to show up. But yeah, right when you're about to you're thinking of him that he should be here soon, since everybody's starting to eat. You see him enter down one of the archways with one of the servants, as the servant just walks in the opposite direction and he makes his way alone.
He will go approach
walks
him.
over to he walks over and he's dressed in just nicer clothes than he was before. Maybe a little warmer, for it's just a little cooler outside, but he sees you coming by, Sir Locke. Sir Locke. What do you need?
Oh, Baccus. This is a bad time.
What do you need? He looks to you.
We had an incident today. One of the lords came by. We're asking for one of our guests. He looks towards Amari. Odds.
Which lord?
The wizard. Amari Distarcia.
They were looking for him, but which lord?
What was his name?
Lord Oben?
Oh, Oben. Lord Oben. It is connected to the incident a month ago.
8 weeks back. Yes. I remember.
They claim that Amari is behind it. I spoke to Amari and he seems truthful. I believe him. He didn't know about the death. And the dwarf doesn't seem to be with him. He said he's in Zadash.
If Lord Open shows back up tonight, have our men at the ready. Have them ready now.
They are ready. Told him so. If you want, sir, I'll cut him down right away.
Good. Not now. Not now. And he starts walking away.
He walks, but just behind him.
And as he approaches you all, he says, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for staying and eating. Yes. Let us enjoy our food. Then we will head inside for another hors d'oeuvre. And he sits down, and this is where we will take a break, everybody.
All right.
So we.
Righty.
Alrighty.
All right. And we're back from our little break. And right before our break, we Lord Baccus had just sat down and greeted everybody and started to continue to eat. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Lesia's just eating.
Only it's when Lucy has got to her first plate.
It's quite the spread, so yeah, she's trying a bit of everything.
Marcus, he sat down again and continued the discussion with Horace.
Oros, yeah. He looks over. That's a luck you're back. Yes.
Yes, sir.
I shall tell you the rest of the story, but Lord Baccus, I was just telling the story of the dancing dragons. He kind of looks with like he's faking the amusement almost. That is a great story. However, it is a long one, friend. Very long one. Probably, well, it is a long one because I was involved in it. That is why. And he kind of expects everybody to be happy for him, and Roseanne just pats him on the back.
So Marcus gives him a little smile.
He in his head, it doesn't even go. There was that awkwardness you guys felt, but he did not feel it.
He's too drunk for that.
Yeah, he doesn't have the awareness like he used to anymore. Social awareness, at least in.
Yeah.
Lord Baccus kind of looks to you all and says, I just wish to give you all a wonderful meal for helping a good friend out.
No nonsense smiles gratefully. Doesn't say anything now.
Thank
Lesia
you.
nods as well.
Does Lord Baccus seem especially concerned with the way we're dressed? Does he seem like the more pompous nobility or more truly grateful?
Roll an insight.
Will do. Could just take its time. No problem.
Oh,
There we go.
nice.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll drag you over for a second.
Oh, no!
Oh! Oh!
Private eyes.
Ah.
And no
I can
more of
see-
that unless.
If you guys are quiet, I will sneak them.
Wait, what?
Forbidden. No cheating.
Hey
I'm
man,
not
I try to keep
cheating,
it. Like I said, I did my best trying to look nice. You know, my hair professional in the front, kept it rangery in the back.
I mean, you have a ranger mullet? Is that what I
Oh
mean?
yes.
Business in the front, party in the back.
Oh
Yep.
yes.
Of course.
Oh my goodness. Just imagine.
Frickin'
man.
mullets, man.
You see, some
We
Marcus,
could totally give him a
eating
mullet.
like he's not messy at all. He fork and spoon. And
Leslie
fork and
managed to
knife.
get the blood out of her stuff, so that was an accomplishment because there was
Orchid
a lot.
knife.
Yeah, he's with a fork and
Just no, man's just stabbing shit with her claw, like putting like grapes in her mouth. It's like
yeah. He saw that.
I wonder if he eats flatbread with sauce on that with a fork and knife. Mm. What's another word for pizza? Flatbread with sauce. I got nothing.
Yeah, and that is what you had heard. But what would you guys like to do as he's kind of continuing? He's continuing. Lord Baccus is continuing to eat, but so is Roseanne and Ed and everything, and Lord Oros as well now. They kind of start eating more. And as you guys are in the middle of eating, you hear another voice and another set of footsteps come on over as you look over and you can see this very old man with a long beard, kind of groomed hair in the back. It looks a little like mid-length, but it's gray as well. He's very well groomed, but he's given off this very wizard vibe, for he has these elegant robes that seem to kind of flow, and he screams wisdom almost.
Just runs out into the room and screams, "Wisdom!"
Wisdom! Falls over.
So Marcus stands up and bows towards him.
He gives a bow as well.
Mari also
And
stands as well, and he like lowers his head.
You can see everybody just gets up and, or at least Roseanne and Lord Oros and Lord Baccus. Ed just is like, man.
Leslie's gonna follow Ed's lead.
Yeah, I'll
Yep,
follow.
just stare. Man's just staring confused.
Just wait.
And the man comes over. He seems very old, but seems very young at the same time. It's very weird. He's got this kind of
He
young
moves like he's
strength.
younger.
Yeah, he moves very young. He's very athletic, you can tell. And he sits down. Hello. Hello, everyone.
When he sits down, so Marcus sits down.
Before he sits down, he walks over to Amari. Amari.
Hello.
Good to see you.
You as well, Niles.
These must be your friends.
Yes, new people that I have met on my travels.
Oh. Where's that dwarven fellow?
Oh, he decided to stay in the dash.
He looks over to Lord Baccus. You should have met that one. It was odd. Very odd. One of them slayers, I think. Lord Baccus gives a nod. Don't quite like those fellows.
They're criminals. All of them.
The ones here. Rest of them crazy. So this food, it's quite delicious, Lord Baccus. Trying to impress us, are you? Kind of like trying to break some ice. Clearly, everybody seemed very nervous. Niles Kessler seems way too comfortable. He's like he came in with a little bit, like he sat down with a little bit of strut, like, oh yeah.
He's absolutely slow. Or sorry?
He's not slow. He's very like spry and like quick though. It seems he's very strange. It's very strange because he seems very very old at the same time. He looks very old.
Ron just seems to relax a little and puts on a smile.
Yes, I thought we would eat out here. It is quite wonderful. Do not wish to talk about business out here, though, everyone. Once we finish up, we'll head inside.
Very well.
Cheers.
Ah, I like the wine. Quite delicious.
Here.
Pardon. Kessler looks over at you, Maya.
Oh, I said it's not even a really good year.
Not a good year. Tastes wonderful still.
Crap that we sell to everyone. I mean, the good stuff is in the reserves.
This is our finest wine.
That's a very good one, but she may be leading on something that we do not know, young knight.
Maybe she's hiding something. It gives Mayette.
I mean, if you want more bottles, I could get some.
As he said that, Marcus, he gives Mayette like a tiny stare. Not a stare, but a tiny intense look, and looks away.
She's gonna stare back at him. Staring contest.
No, he did it briefly. Just to provoke a reaction.
Staring.
Still staring.
Oh, you're still staying?
Yes.
Oh, he's just eating now.
As I kind of lean back, kind of.
Niles, what brings you here?
Sorry, Nahon was doing something real quick.
Yeah, as I lean back, just seeming to get comfortable after that next round of eating from my plate, could I possibly, just very casually, eye scanning the rooftops around, trying to see if there's anyone there, anything hidden?
Make a perception check. And what would you like?
Matt was just asking what Niles was doing. Doing that.
Oh, what am I doing? Studying.
Study? What are you studying?
I have business about things that I must look into that I cannot do in the Empire, that people like me are not allowed in. So I stick to myself. Free of the good of the assembly.
So you're studying things you're not supposed to be studying?
Kind of gives a smile and doesn't say anything. And Nahon,
I like him.
You around and you can kind of see there's multiple stories to this place. There's probably like 3, and you can see the guards on the rooftop that resemble the ones that they have, and they seem to be keeping an eye on you all, but they also seem to be keeping a strict eye on as well. And with that perception as well, you can kind of see a few guardsmen start walking hurriedly towards the front gate. A few more, at least, like 3 more people just start running over.
Hurriedly?
Yeah, and then you can see one of the guardsmen talking to a servant, and you can see another elegant-looking soldier. He has like armor with more embroideries on it, and he starts walking towards you all. He, with the hurried look, he kind of walks over, goes to you or toward Lord Baccus, and whispers in his ear. Lord Baccus gives a stern frown, looks over to you, Sir Locke, and waves over.
So like gets up immediately.
And Lord Baccus gets up. Will you excuse me? Everyone, I have business to attend to.
No one knows his head.
Oh, is it more company, I hope? Yes? Baccus just not the company I would like. Starts hurry with the stern walk. Continues with the two guardsmen and Sir Locke.
I had a feeling.
Althea looks kind of confused over it now.
Right.
That's when Kessler looks over at everybody and says, I'm kind of nosy. Would you all want to go see? He kind of gets up. Starts walking out over.
Let us know what you see, yes?
Want to find out what's happening. Kind of like looks over it like from the area that you guys are in. It's above the training area and the side of the wall as well. It's kind of overlooking the city more, where you guys are at in the courtyard area. And he kind of he kind of perches on like one of the not the nest, but like just on one of the railings nearby, overlooking the training area. Everything is very well lit over there as well too.
So
Amar's gonna push him. Go ahead.
Once Niles leaves the table, no one kind of looks over to Leslie and says, just kind of hushly, alright, so long story short, Amari and Mulgur managed to piss off a group here that apparently is trying to do something with the gates. They're not friendly, that's how we met. So we may be in a bit of trouble.
Do you think it will end up in a fight?
I do not know at this point. They seem aggressive, but maybe... I do not know. The Lord seems quite diplomatic.
We'll be on guard then.
Do you wish to check?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and check with Nod, see if I can hear anything.
As soon as Niles had gotten up and he started walking that direction, Amari was already like, let me go with you, Mr. Kester. I would love to. And he's gonna like just fucking prance off to this much more powerful wizard. Like he knows a lot more than I do.
Wisdom.
Stand there next to him like a little kid.
Lord Oros and Roseanne goes over as well, kind of like, oh, what's happening? And
so we're like me and Niles right now are looking down at a training ground.
And
like
yeah,
training
Messia, you came over. You guys are looking down at the training ground, and you can see like the wall. You can see a little bit of the street as well, kind of like the streets in front of the wall. But you can hear a bunch of commotion, a bunch of yelling, and you can see almost not all their guard, but a good amount of their guard. About 20 dudes are in front of the gate in a formation, in a square formation with their weapons, very unified and formatted.
Can I make a perception to see if I can make out any words
Sure.
spoken?
That does not look very promising.
As they're walking over the training yard, you see Sir Marcus is he's putting on his sword and strapping on a breastplate as he's walking.
Doing that by yourself?
Yeah. No, not the breastplate.
That's tough.
The breastplate, someone is walking next to me and put it on. And as he puts the sword on himself.
Yeah, he just puts on the plate, the chest plate.
Yeah, just the
real quick.
chest plate.
And it's like it's like half plate. It's only covering like the top part, and he has a sword next to him. And you can kind of see everybody looks very like ready for some shit to go down, almost.
What is going on up there? Sorry,
Guys,
Alessio.
I can't
Listen.
make out any.
The Villa Guards are seeming to hold a formation at the front of the gate. I don't know what's on the other side, though. It's very weird. Mr. Kestrat, can you make any sense of these?
Actually, DM, did I hear any individual words with my roll? You never actually said.
No, you don't hear any
Okay.
words. You just hear just a bunch of yelling,
All right.
and you then like see the gates open. You can see Lord Baccus standing next to it with his two guards side by side of him. The gates open, and you can see those of you who are looking. Make a perception check.
I think it's just them.
Yeah.
You're not. You didn't want to go up and look at Baccus?
I don't think we have time yet.
No, that's okay. And as you guys are looking, you can see there's probably about 30 people on the other side as well. That's all you could that's all you're guessing almost. There's just a lot you could just kind of make out. It's made this large commotion of just kind of people in the street. They all looked armed and angry as well. And the man in the front with he's got this gold necklace and that has it's squared all throughout the thing except for where the pendant in the center is. It's kind of like octagonal with a red ruby in the middle. And you all, those that we were looking, you guys can see the ruby on him and kind of see him walking over to Lord Baccus. Only Sir Locke is able to hear this as Lord Baccus looks over to Lord Oben. What do you want, fool? We came for that boy. Dystercia. Sorry. And as you all... sorry, I got thrown off. Hudson wanted to say goodnight. And as... he looks at Lord Baccus and says, I wish to have the boy, Dystercia. He's here. He's under my protection. So I suggest you leave. I don't think you know what that means, Lord Baccus. You killed my son. I cannot leave. That man is going to die. Him and his dwarf friend. And when I find his dwarf friend, he is dead. And anybody else involved. And like I have said, he is under our protection. So you cannot touch him. If you touch him, I'll just cut you down right here on the street. Would you like that? Oben kind of he has a weapon on him now too, and about a mid chest plate on as well. He looks at everybody and looks at all of the guardsmen armed. Kind of starts breathing a lot heavier and doesn't really know what to do. Lord Baccus then says, I know your organization doesn't agree. And I know they wouldn't agree with this. So leave it. Let this never be spoken. Don't give me any excuse. And he had his hand on his weapon, and he looked like he was about to draw it, but he like drew it a little, and then you just kind of see him slide it back, kind of forcefully. Kind of hear it clack against the sheath. It was a rapier, excuse me, and he kind of growls and stampers off. And as all the men kind of collect and walk away, Baccus looks over to you both and says, "You might be back. Keep an eye out. Double a guard tonight."
So Marcus nods.
Let us continue. I wish to talk about business now. Continue. And he looks to you, Marcus.
Oh, yeah.
Motions you to follow him as
Yes,
he
follow.
goes back towards everybody.
Yeah, he follows. Double the guards.
After seeing this kind of go down, I'm going to the bears they have left for now. Maybe back.
No one turns to his food.
I would be vigilant tonight.
Of course.
And you guys just see Lord Oros. There wasn't a fight. Back in my day, I would have initiated the fight just like Linton there. No one could stand against my blade. I was the finest in the land. And Borzian just kind of like, "Yes, father. Yes, you were."
Alright, Leslie's gonna go back to her food now.
Man. Amar just kind of stands there next to Niles, and he's like, I feel bad that I'm the one that brought this to the villa. I wish I could do more."
Oh, you're the one that killed that lad's son?
No, I didn't kill him. I didn't mean to.
Don't worry. Probably wasn't your fault. I was just messing. It's difficult.
I know. It's just a tough situation. I just feel bad that now the Lord Baccus has to deal with it.
Between you and me, Lord Baccus has dealt with him for years. I think his time is running up.
Mark just kind
Owen's
of
a
nods
fool.
his head.
And then he kind of when the Lord comes back with Sir Locke, Lord Baccus looks to you all and says, "I wish to speak with you all who were on the expedition. And those of you who are especially new, like Captain Duhane. Kessler, business, remember." Kind of gives a nod, or Niles gives a nod. Always so serious. Starts making his way inside. "Come on, everyone. There's desserts in here."
Amar will follow behind.
No one gets up.
I'll be sort of like the last people to follow, so yeah, I was gonna follow anyone in front of me.
Leslie's gonna grab a dessert.
There's like a bunch of like pastries and different kind of pies and such, like key lime
Yeah,
pie.
oh yeah, she gets some pastries and a
Ooh.
slice of pie. She'll indulge.
Is shoving sweet rolls in her pockets.
You see Kessler just doing the same. He looks to you, man. Just but then he opens a bag of holding and just throws a whole pie in it and looks to you and just winks.
Oh my god.
Is it not breaking there? That's crazy.
I can take the whole table if I wish, but let's not do that now.
Probably tastes better.
And as everybody starts enjoying their
No,
goodies.
just looks stunned. He doesn't know what to do.
Lord Baccus comes in. He didn't really notice what was happening. He closes the doors, and you can kind of see all the other servants and maids start closing windows and everything up too, making the whole room incredibly dark. And you can see the rest of the maids just leave out one door. And Sir Marcus, you've done this routine before. Every time there's a meeting that he wants to keep very secretive,
Yes.
close everything off, and then something else initiates. But you then lock the door and then make sure everything else is locked yourself, and you guys realize that there's nobody else in there but you all.
Nolan's eyes are just glowing in the dark.
It is now like dimly lit around everywhere with the like low lit chandelier in the center of the room. It seems to be kind of like the open room for in the house, kind of like the meeting room almost. And he goes up to the table in the middle of the room and underneath the chandelier, and he kind of goes to the end of it, and there's like gold inlaid around the table, and on each end there's like circles around it. He goes to the end of the table and kind of spins one of the circles around what the gold inlay is. Only the gold part just spins with it. This mechanical device in the center then pops open, and a blue orb comes through the middle, and then it expands from the orb in the center of where that tip thing is. It expands, and this blue light just glows in the center. It's very like dim, but the orb just expanded, kind of going through you all, and it went around the room, and you can kind of see right before it kind of dissipated around the walls and the ceiling as like the blue glow just disappears, and then that blue light just dims out a little bit more, but then stays a low lit blue light.
Let's see, he kind of raises an eyebrow, a little intrigued.
Amari's eyes are filled with such wonder. Like, really a kid in a candy store. That entire expression.
So Marcus is just standing next to Lord Baccus. Next to his chair. With his hands behind his back.
So, where to begin? Other than, where is Knight Captain Duane? And how did he die? I would like to hear it from you all.
His brother sent assassins after a tense encounter where he tried to take a hostage.
His brother. And you can see Kestra kind of look over a little nervously.
Do you know him, if I may ask?
Yes, I have the unfortunate pleasure of meeting him a few times.
Unfortunate indeed.
He's an evil bastard. Hard to deal with. The myriad is a thing. Don't know if he runs it. I don't know if it's just a conglomerate of them or just an idea. But makes him very difficult to deal with. But where's his body?
About
We burned it.
We were about 15 miles outside of dock when we had our encounter, and that's where we buried / burned his body there.
A warrior's funeral.
Now, do you know what Knight Captain Duhane was doing? Kestra says, I do not think they know, but I think they knew when they were starting to follow him. I
He kept
tasked.
things very close to his chest. Even as allies, we did not know. No.
That's how it should be. However, I know that I had sent Amari to speak with him, to help him with something. And we would like to know, Amari, did you help him?
Do I know what?
Did you help him?
Yes, well, we all did. We went with him into a forest, sitting green forest next to Alfield. And there we found some something of interest. He was after it. He said that it was some piece or a key, perhaps. He took us to this place. Almost like a
Shrine.
shrine, perhaps.
I almost forgot this thing that Lord Baccus has been wearing from the beginning. I totally forgot to say it because I was not looking at my notes. It's right here. He's been wearing this necklace. It's silver, but in the center, there has a sapphire root embedded in the center of this silver pendant. This oval pendant, but with like very thin chain.
Is the sapphire about the same size as the receptacle and the...
Yeah, it looks very like that's similar in size of the crystals as well.
Was the ruby necklace
Mario.
similar?
It's made differently, but it seems it's in a different like shape, like that, or in a different style as well.
Amari will take out the idol at that point from his bag and he'll kind of hold it in his hand. I believe this was something that he was trying to get a hold of, and he told us to bring it to Nihilus, and we were going to meet him in Zadash at first, but schedules were mixed up, and then we had to come to Nicodronas, and it just so happened that we come across Sauroros and his daughter, and Nihilus happened to be here, so it seems as though our fates were intertwined for a reason, perhaps. But either way, we brought this here for whatever reason he seemed necessary.
Sir Marcus walks over to you, hands his hands. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Walks over and give it to Lord Baccus.
Lord Baccus just starts inspecting it. He takes out his. You see him go for his necklace and pulls out a sapphire gem and places it on the thing as well. And for a second, you guys hear this hum as soon as he placed it, as it just latched onto the device or the pendant, or excuse me, the I guess this piece. And as it just like latched on, it kind of like it made a hum that kind of echoed for a second. We're close. Now, is there anything else that Duhane said?
Did you want me to give him the necklace as well, or was it just the idol?
Just the idol.
Okay.
That is all he wanted.
Sorry, what was that?
That is all he wanted. But he looks over and very sternly. Was that all?
Yes, that is all he let us know. But other than that, we brought it here. We thought maybe you might know more information about it. I did the research that I could, and it seems as though that the idol has some sort of transmutation magic. Perhaps it also has maybe even divine divinity in it as well. but it was very difficult for me to discern its properties. But it seems as though it's powered down, considering it's lost the few gems that fit inside the receptacles. But I don't know. It seems as though it may have the ability to teleport someone somewhere if it was all the way powered. But as I know, it did not mention anything besides that, or where it could take you. Its purpose was.
That is because it is from the age of Arcanum. Time and place where gods and men were walking about. Many things were happening then. Many new ideas and new technologies that we may never have the opportunity of recreating. These are one of these pieces. And we've just stumbled upon something amazing. This piece has been something that we've been looking for years. Amari, you've done us a good service.
It is the least that I could do for all of you, Niles and Lord Baccus as well.
What's your plan with it?
We plan to collect the rest of the crystals, Lord Baccus says. We plan to open a window into something that people in the East have been doing for many years. Might get us closer to a peace. That's something that the Cerberus Assembly has been doing as well. They're using objects that we cannot get to, and objects that they own.
Do you know where the other crystals are?
I have an idea.
If we are,
Sorry.
if we are to aid you, my apologies, but may you please know your back to speak literally. Where is this portal headed?
It is headed to a place where they keep devices. That's what you would say, Kessera. Devices that would alter possibilities. Devices that would alter time. Devices that alter gravity. Things. Nature that we cannot possess with our magic.
The key to a vault.
But for what reason
Yes.
do we need these devices? If you have them as powerful as they are, could they perhaps cause great harm to the planet we live on?
Yes. Like,
I suppose so, if in the wrong hands.
that is why we're trying to find them.
Are there others looking for these items as well? Is it not just us?
There's far too many. There's
Great.
are things called they call them strange. They call them Luxons. It's people in the East. Zoharsians. They worship the Luxon god, or a god called the Luxon. It's very hard to follow.
Matt would have heard of that.
No.
All right. Cool.
It's far east. It's past over the hills, far away. It's in the land of Jorhas.
My lord, you think the war has something to do with crystals?
Not the crystal, but these objects that the crystal holds more of. For what we know, there are 3 dodecahedrons. 3 objects of the Luxon that alter time and possibilities, and this idol here, with 3 more gems, contains a location with more. Contains the location of what they had said, the creation.
Then how perhaps go about finding these gems? You said you have an idea of their location.
I have an idea. But on individuals, it makes it difficult, very difficult, to track and to find and to collect. People of the Jorharsians think that it is something that their god has given them. I think it is something that the men of the age of the Arcanum had created. Something that the gods had created with them. And they have opened a doorway into something new. Thus, it makes our mission most important. And these things can alter possibilities. I've never heard of it, but if they do exist, and if the Silver Assembly does have them, but all this is becoming more and more true. This idol proves it.
Can I please run an insight check on Lord Baccus?
Yes.
It's being very obscure
Oh, nice.
about where the gems are.
Dragged without permission.
So much dragging.
This is an odd situation.
We are creating an initiative.
I smell a quest. Not just a quest, but many quests.
Man,
String of quests, if you will.
But I have a question for you.
Fucking leave, dude.
That was bad. I feel bad.
I agree.
Oh goodness, it smells in here.
That's like cheese.
That
Yes, I would like to tap 2 green mana and 2 generic to cast Questing Beast.
Oh lord.
Haste and Vigilance, and I'll attack you.
I counterspell because I am the enemy.
Where's everybody?
we're here,
Yeah, Red's still in the other room.
Red is
giving this man the world's longest.
killing Nahone things.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
wait.
Again? I was
Yeah.
just out for 2 minutes.
Well, they got like a 25. In.
Yeah.
He never puts
No,
me up
he-
there.
You gotta roll really good insight, I guess,
Yeah, I guess my guy knows all this shit.
to learn secrets. Although I think I've been pulled in there too when I overhear something that no one else.
Yeah, and you then never share it.
Is Lesia seem like the sharing type to you?
No, she does not. That's why it's annoying that you are the one that's spotting all this shit.
She just kind of keeps it to herself and she'll lock it away, and then one day she'll die.
It's gonna be like next time. Oh, Leslie, I'm gonna pull your eyes. Like, alright, that information is gone.
Hey,
All right. Excuse me. Kessler looks over at Baccus and says, "But now that we have partially something, we can get working on finding more crystals or these dodecahedrons now. Baccus?" Yes. Yeah. Seems to be This might be a little harder than we thought, though. Kestra, if Duhane has fallen. Well,
Forgive me, but I get the feeling that many more may fall before this is done.
It is true. If I may, you said this might be a difficult job to handle. It seems that, well, me and the compatriots that I have formed with, are the closest ones to this information. Perhaps we could be of use in future endeavors when it comes to looking for either these dodecahedrons that you speak of or the crystals.
well, to this, I heard you all ran into Gadsock.
Who?
Sorry, let me spell it.
Yeah. I may have wrote that down. I did not write that down.
DM, is that familiar to any of us?
No.
Not to
I'm
me.
trying to-
Okay, no. Okay, that's why, because we
Well,
don't fucking know who it is.
Yeah, that's what you guys were like.
Yeah.
What's this name?
I'm going through my notes right now.
Wise
Like, what
lady.
the?
No.
Lesia, hold on.
Hold on.
Lesia is gonna go. Is that the name of the necromancer? I've run into several.
Kester looks over you with a smile. Very clever. Yes.
Yes.
From what we have heard, Duhane was trying to find his crystal, his gem.
Of course, he has one.
He's an ex-member of the Assembly, just like a few of us are. He kind of chuckles to himself.
Not me.
And he then says that he's gone corrupted. Yes. You see, he has almost lost his way.
Well, you said he was a part of the assembly, right?
He was a part of the Assembly.
Would my character recognize the name Gadstock?
Rolly, God damn it, Rolly, history check.
Okay.
Mandatory new DM voice for,
What's
at
he
all
talking
times.
about?
No, never did.
Oh, Rolly, natural one.
You actually
You
lost
lost.
brain cells right now.
Who's that?
Back to 5.
You lose
sounds
your
cool.
-1 to intelligence. Yes.
No. Continue.
Just
Sorry.
kidding.
Are you
Sorry, the fuck out.
aware of all of the things that he has been taking out? He would.
Duhane was communicating, yes. Was telling me that right before he died. Was telling me about all of what they were looking for in the shrine and what's that gnome that you had met in the forest?
Willick Walgast. He was a
Oh,
wizard there.
Since the death of Dulhen, he got stuck. Appears to have perfected the Chimera process as well as recruited not just gnomes but goblins.
His creations are getting more and more.
The goblins that attacked the falcons actually had the same symbol as the gnomes.
That was his work.
Yes.
Yes, he has this forum where he takes this type of magic and he's able to infuse different body parts of different creatures together, and he makes these grotesque beasts. But he's somehow able to make these ones, particularly that are so-called perfect, capable of flying and whatnot. They're very disturbing to look at. We've had a run-in with a few of them. Actually, I have a few of the bones with me. If you would like to
We've
take a
run
look.
into many, in fact. They have infected the countryside. They're threatening innocent lives.
Abominations.
They attacked Allfield at one point, and we were there. We helped defend it at one point, and that is where we found some more information involving the as well as Metuhain.
They
They've already killed many.
prioritize humans. They go after the hearts.
Yes, it seems like that could possibly be the final piece to the puzzle. Once he was able to get a hold of human hearts, it seems as though he was able to create the perfect creature.
Of course. We need to move on him quickly. He's to be stopped.
I would agree.
He,
You know,
Yeah.
this is business of the Empire. It's not business of ours. The sad part is, that man is a damn crystal.
I agree, and that is what I was about to say. He is a problem of the Empire's, but as you say, he has the crystal on him, so it has become our problem now as well.
The war is on now. You won't see troops there until it is too late. Gadstock would have done what he wanted. My guess he's trying to ascend.
that is what I was able to determine based on the inscriptions on the book. Some sort of deal being made with a
Yes.
being from another plane.
You back is just get uneased, and so does Kesra. Kesra then looks over at you all. Well, it's a good thing that you all had been on the job. Very, very damn good job. Yes.
Even then, I still don't believe our mission is done. It seems as though most of us are tied up in this situation. And to be honest with you, I would like to see it through to the end. Necromancy is a magic that I've never been too keen to, and knowing that there is a person out there, Gadstock in particular, that is practicing such vile magics on human beings and other creatures of the woods, it deeply unsettles me.
I agree with that.
But the thing is, we would be happy to go after him and whatnot and see what information we could glean. But as it stands, we are a man short.
And one very
Baccus.
strong man at that.
I agree.
Marcus gives a sigh. Looks over at Marcus. You go. You'll handle this.
Yes!
Lord. I have
No.
duties here.
The duties can be changed over. Sir Evan can handle it.
Yes, my lord.
We need to solve this ourselves. You'll go in our stead. Represent.
Of course, Your Highness.
My compatriots in the vigil are also returning to Rexit. Give word to the Nikolai. So it is possible we will be receiving
Help of the
from them.
vigils. The Silver Vigil help would be immense in this. I cannot get involved personally with my men of arms for all Menagerie Coast troops are leaving, helping with the war with the Empire. They're seeming to set up coastal and naval excursions. So thus I need all the men I can get. But you, Marcus, I can send you.
But what if they come back? What if you need me here, sir?
We'll be alright. It'll be a damn good time for Talion to get back.
Italian. Don't get your
He's
hopes
been
so high.
searching. He's been searching for a crystal, though. That is what I have not told you, Locke. That is what he's out doing.
No, you have not told me. But you should have, 5 years ago.
No. Didn't need to be known now. You have duties to think of. Locke, keep your mind straight. You have a gem right in front of you. And a target.
Absolutely.
A man who will do evil. He must go in our stead, represent us. Castor cannot be there, and Duhang is not, so. If you all help as well, you all will be paid, compensated, and if this goes right as well, possibly the heroes. However, just know it won't be difficult, or it won't be easy. Gatstock is a slippery one.
Niles, do you have a lab of some sort here?
Yes, I have studies here in the villa.
I have a few things that might be of interest.
I can see these items right now, and I will take them over if you wish.
Right, I pull out my collection of null bones that are carved, as well as my vial of the liquid that was in the chimera blood. The
I
black
will also.
corrosive fluid.
I will give Niles the bone, an abyssal necklace, and also the abyssal / necromantic / transmutation / abjuration necklace as well. That's
Also, also the Goblin
title.
Clan mark that
Yeah.
has some
Take
sort
all
of
this
symbol.
weird bling we.
I know. I'm also gonna pull out of my bag like a deed for house and barn that I for some reason kept. Like, oh hey, interesting.
I'll
Wow.
take it.
Hey,
How about Chrome Nice? How many characters?
No, I don't know why I kept that. That was that. Oh my god, that was that barn that we found back in the village with the cat that was in the chest, though, and it jumped out and stuff. I remember that.
Oh my gosh,
job.
that
I
was
kept the whole of that dude, so
forever
If
ago.
house, bro, or in a barn, we got a
Wait.
deed. We can
I
claim
didn't
ownership.
remember that.
Just keep it.
Just
might
go
come in
there.
handy.
Yeah, you never know, right?
Totally
Yeah.
forgot.
We need like
about
a secret base in the future. Just
Yeah.
there you go.
That would be good,
Yeah.
A
actually.
training
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, exactly. Man.
I had
Um,
totally forgotten about.
Oh
that.
yeah, I'm also gonna while I'm at it, I'm gonna pull out that orange sending stone that I had that I've taken out of the bag, and I'm gonna hold it up and look at Lord. Was it Bracus or is it what do you pronounce?
Bacchus.
Baccus. Okay, Lord Baccus. I'll look at Lord Baccus and I'll say, I am assuming this is what you were using to contact Duhane, by the way.
Yes.
Well, if you don't mind, I can hold on to it, and if we come across any more information or something of note, we can use it to communicate with you as well.
It was Kestrel's.
That is?
Yes, I was communicating with him. I work with field agents, you could say.
Well, I already have one with you.
And
do you want this back?
You can give it back if you wish.
Oh.
Yes.
what about the contents of the rest of the bag?
Yeah, we also took that with us.
Keep it. Duhane
Yes.
wouldn't see that go to waste. He wouldn't want to see that go to waste.
Very well.
Sure.
And we would do
course.
good with it.
We have to contact a few people, though, and let them know what has happened.
Who am I giving this orange sending stone to?
Kestra.
Oh, to Kessler? Okay, I'll give it. Yeah, I'll hand it back to him.
I also tell Niles basically everything I managed to determine about the chemical, the blood, like its corrosive properties, and then it almost seemed kind of.
I'll tell him that information about the bone crest that we had found, the ones that was inscribed with 2 spells, mentioning the Tarog, and so the one that crawls the deity.
He's just gonna look at that and just look over at Baccus. And that's when Baccus then says, We need that gem block.
We'll bring it.
Oh, I also mentioned that the substance isn't native to this plane. I forgot I determined that.
Right.
We'll get
This
it.
was
Mother.
a fight. Now, if you all wish to help, I would be grateful. But if you guys are going, Locke will
But my lord, I've never left your side.
to be fine. This is the reasons. It's the reason why I keep this extra secret. It's for these gems. It's the reason why you didn't know about the Falcon.
Stand.
Lord Baccus, we, like I said, are more than willing to help you. But I suppose the question is, where do we begin?
Yeah, he looks over at Niles, and Kessler just looks over. Well, Gadstock is in that forest. He's probably still there. Probably planning worse things. I don't think he's gone. And with the men all leaving, he's probably up to no good.
It is the mission of the vigil to stop monster. There will be plenty there. I will provide my services.
I as well, for my mission to discover more about magic, and if this idol is where we are able to look at devices from the Age of Arcanum, that seems exactly up my alley. So, for that, I am also willing to help in my aid whatever possible.
And if you're suggesting that he's still in that same forest, the Syrian forest, then I have to do what I can for my home.
He will corrupt it. He's been wanting to corrupt lands for a while. To test, experiment. He's done so until he's gone mad. It seems he's lost it all if he wishes. Torog! This is troubling.
Sorry to clog up, but can I please run another insight check on him?
Kessler?
Everybody.
Whoever was just speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. And... I thought not.
He is the hardest one to read.
Yeah.
I would
There goes
actually have a
another brain
15,
cell.
but... yeah. Yeah.
You guys need to stop
Alright.
that.
Yeah, with the 15, he would still be very hard to read him.
Fair enough.
He's very he can hide information very well if he wants.
Mm.
All that. But he
Got
is he seems very concerned though and very honest right now.
Hmm. Alright.
Niles, would there be any information in your lab that might be of use to
Not that I do not know. Not stuff that you would have already conducted. Since you already found out all this information, I don't have to do much, really. I thank you all. You guys are very astute.
not doing research on what you're fighting is a good way to end up.
You all seem to be very capable of doing many things. And Bacchus then looks over and says, "It is a strange coincidence, however. We'll take it. We need all the help we can get."
Turns out I was after Gadstock the whole time, actually. We first came down to word of the Knolls attack, which turned out to be under his control.
likes to such like that, so it wouldn't surprise me if he got a bunch of gnolls, Kestra says.
Gnolls and goblins so far.
Yeah, no problem.
Gadstock. He has a gem. Talium. Went to the sea to go find the other. And one might be the east. Some say it might be in the north. That is the one I do not know about. That is the trickiest one. But with maybe you all finding Gadstock, see what he was finding, we'll have more information on any of these devices. With that, again, I thank you all. And I shall formally say, you've now met the Union of the Leaf. So, you can consider yourselves almost a part of it now. And a part of an idea. Something bigger than all of us.
Oh, nonsense.
And remember,
A plan to keep the world safe.
not speak of this to anyone.
Of course.
Well, shit.
This is one of the reasons why Kestra cannot go into the Empire. It's one of the reasons I cannot go into the Empire. We are sworn to have no allegiances other than to the people. And that, with these objects, they'll help them. Without Gadstock, they'll help them. I'm afraid our adventures are just beginning. Kind of lets out this big sigh. And then kind of looks to you all, seeing if you all wish to say anything else.
I don't know, dude. Sounds like level 5 to me.
Marcus is just he's just staring blank. No, his stone cold face is a bit softer and like almost he's sad. Glimpse of sadness.
Amari's gonna step up next to Marcus. He's gonna kind of place a hand on his shoulder, look towards Baccus, and say, "Well, it is a pleasure to be invited to this union. More than anything, we just wish to continue the research that you have progressed to, and we promise to keep your greatest knight in well keeping in our group, I suppose. As a compatriot, we will do as we can to make sure he returns safely."
Right now he's giving you a weird look.
Duhain was our greatest knight. Now he's lost.
Ouch!
Locke,
Yes, my lord.
you better do a fine damn good job.
Yes, my lord.
And kind of, you see him then go to the table, twist the circle counterclockwise again, and press down, and the object in the center, the light glows, and you can kind of see it kind of like gives off another wave of blue energy. It just hits all the walls and the ceiling again. You can kind of see this like layer just dissipate all around for just a moment, and then the object retracts back in itself, folds back in, and collapses into the table, making it look like it was just kind of never there. And
Marcus would hear Amari just say under his breath, "Wow." Just watching the lights.
He looks
Kessler
at
then
him
just
and then looks at the light.
Kessler just waves his hand open, and all the windows, all the lights brighten, and the windows and doors open up, and like all this fresh air came through. Ah, that's better. Yes. So, I hope you all have a lovely vacation. Ah, just starts to walk off, kind of like in his jolly self, and I bid you all good night. It was wonderful. Very wonderful.
Niles, could I
Indeed.
perhaps speak to you? He's gonna like jog after him.
Yes, come.
Gonna
Good
follow.
night, everyone.
Good night.
And that's good night.
Now, Master Castor.
Good night.
He starts walking down the hallway, and you follow him, and you guys start walking, continuing. Before he says anything, you guys are like completely in a different wing, and on the other side of the villa that you haven't even seen before. He's just walking through the garden with. You're walking through the gardens with him. And what does the rest of you guys do before we get to that?
So as the light kind of comes back in the room, it's gonna kind of like snap out of it. Be like, has the meeting started?
The
Oh
meeting
my
is over.
god.
Is there
You
something
can see
wrong with it?
Baccus. You can see Baccus just like, wonderful start. Yes. Gets up.
She's
I'm
like,
going to bed.
she is shaking.
I mean,
Messed
like
up.
as you said, the adventures just begin. So the meetings just begin. So. Oh my god.
Wait, what?
So Marcus is
Tell you
just.
what happened later.
Oh boy.
So Marcus
Hmm.
is speaking out loudly.
Okay.
Is there something wrong with her? Are you ill?
I don't. So
You have not been paying attention.
no. We just got in here.
Oh, he looks at Lord Baccus.
He just gets up. Well, good night, all. Looks at me, kind of like with this like, he's studying you very, very quickly and intensely, man, and then breaks eye contact and walks away.
So Marcus
No
is
one
following
kind of-
him. Did the exact same thing. Continue.
Alan kind of steps up and places him. It is alright.
Okay. You're gonna have to fill me in.
We can
I
do that.
missed something.
Yes.
But not here.
Mhm.
And as you guys just kind of try to comfort me, Kessler and Amari. Kessler is with just kind of walking through the place and looks over to you, Amari, after a little bit and looks out the view. So, what do you wish to talk about? Everyone.
Well, first of all, it's good to see you again, Niles. The last we had spoke, we did not get the chance to really, sit down and speak to one another besides what was the pressing matters. But like I said, it is good to see you again, even though the circumstances are somewhat similar, where we have to soon leave to go on another quest for something that, may or may not be the answer to what we're after.
Such is the nature of our occupation, especially those the keen arcanic mind.
I agree. It's very good to know someone of such caliber such as yourself. You're a very powerful wizard. I can get the sense off of you just naturally. There has been something that's plaguing my mind ever since that I heard your voice in Rexentrum when my uncle was, I never got the chance to ask you. And now that we're alone, if you don't mind, I would like to ask a few questions pertaining to that day.
What would you like to know?
How did you know my uncle?
I've been friends with him for many years, Amari. And now you can kind of see him, like, all jolliness is like gone and serious mode turned on for him.
Mari's he's like kind of taken aback about that, or taken aback about that, and kind of leans away slightly. He's intimidated.
Known him long before we were enemies. It wasn't my doing, it was his doing. Threw everybody away, threw everyone aside. Focused on his studies and you know, Amari. Do you know what the assembly does?
Yes, they oversee the magic in the empire, and they regulate who and what goes about the particular aspects of such. They, as far as I know, they keep it in check.
And how do you think they keep it in check?
I assume they keep a tab on the most powerful wizards in the known realm, and if they do something that isn't supposed to be done, I assume they arrest them or something.
They will arrest, they will destroy, they will mutilate, they will burn, they will kill any that aren't in their circle. Others that they don't deem worthy.
I don't understand what you mean. I thought the assembly just kept people in check in terms of the particular magic. That's why they have the archmages to oversee the current sets. What do you mean they
They
mutilate?
keep over an eye of the Empire for the King dwindle. With their own assassins, and secret tactics, and tortures, and wonderful enchantments, and your uncle was talented. Was the best.
Well, my uncle, he was a great wizard. You mean he was involved in this, the Cerberus Assembly?
He was head enchanter, wasn't he?
Well, yes, he did amazing work. He was notable for what he was able to create. But still, you mean was he one of the type of people that mutilated or harmed people? I
He
never
was the
saw
one that
him.
perfected it. He's the one that came up with most of the techniques for the assembly. The techniques that they use to create these men called scourges. They're the high upper echelon of the people there, the students there.
Scourgers? You mean Volstrakers? Is what they call them?
So you know Volstruckers.
I was going to become one, but my uncle, he was very difficult when it came to that. I told him that I wanted to
Why
go
do
to
you
the
think?
program.
Do you know what happens there, Amari?
But no, I mean, they go and discover more magic. They learn to perfect their magic. I assume that's where people go
They're
to
hired
become
killers.
archmages.
They're assassins. Assassins for the king.
What? It's like a genuine look of amazement on his face. He's like, but that just doesn't make sense. My uncle, no, he was very kind. There's no way. He tortured. There's no way he tortured people.
It is sad to say that he was damn near perfect at it, Amari. He was too good. This is very tough to know. And this is why I didn't wish to tell you right away. I thought you would find out more of the assembly as you had walked around a little bit, but it seems you had believed in them.
But I thought they were a notable organization. They did what they were supposed to do. I never would have
Don't
considered.
look at any organization. But they are doing exactly what they said.
Well, that's horrible. I, I can't believe it. Why?
Someone of the Eastern Kingdoms, I think. Or the Northern ones. Or someone that just had been fed up and ended your uncle. Too many enemies. Maybe even someone within the Cerberus assembly themselves.
That, I'm sorry. I'm just amazed by that. I thought my uncle was a good man. I never considered that he could do something such as that. He was always so kind to me, at least. I
Your
don't know.
uncle was a good man. Your uncle was a terrible man. You can be both in this world. Amari, don't let it blind you. Don't let love blind you.
I've been through that once. I don't believe I ever have the capacity to let that happen again.
It is good for the work that we are in. You cannot trust many. And you cannot trust those you would once know.
But who do I trust then, Niles?
You might have found some people. This is up to you, Amari. I can only guide you as far as you can take it yourself. Remember that.
Niles, I'm lost. It seems as though after my uncle passed, everything has just been going far worse than before. I don't have anyone to teach me how to do magic. I feel like I'm losing the values, the basics. I don't know. I try to learn. I try to soak up as much information as I can. But my uncle was the only one able to show me. I had no one else. I was going to be his apprentice. I was going to do so much. But now he's gone. And I don't know where else to go.
Listen, in the morning, I'll teach you a thing or two I know. Especially about the school that you are in. I, however, more into transmutation, however. I know abjuration just the same. And I can help.
Thank you. Thank you, Niles. Honestly, I don't know how to express my gratitude towards you. You helped me out of a bad situation. And without you, I would probably be in the same situation as my uncle. I, I do believe what you say about him. And the fact that he was most likely a horrible man. But that's not the way I wish to know him. If what you said was true and him being tainted, corrupted, perhaps it was the Assembly's fault and not his. But that just instills a deep resentment towards the Cerberus Assembly.
That is for you to find out then, Amari. That is something I could not. But we shall continue this tomorrow in the morning. I wish to rest.
Of course. I'm sorry for keeping you up
tired.
tonight. Sorry. Of course.
No worries. No worries. Yes. He kind of goes back to his jolly old self almost. I will see you in the morning, though.
Good night. Niles Kester.
Oh, pastries. He pulls them out of his pockets.
Amar just kind of stands
Ooh,
there on that
And he just starts
the balcony, just watching
Alas.
him walk away, eating the cookie.
You
And then he just kind of he stands there for a moment as he hears the footsteps of Niles just slowly pattering off into the hallway, getting further and further away, and he just turns around on that balcony there where they stood, kind of places his hands up on top of the edge of it, and he just stands there and looks out across the city, the night lights there, the different torches, and there's ships out at sea that are either coming in or going out. Kind of glances up towards the moon that's casting its light down upon the water, just shimmering out there. And he just takes a deep breath, and finally, for one of the first times in his life, he feels somewhat at peace. If that makes sense. He feels like, even though he had just been delivered some grave news about his uncle, it's almost like he had received the answers that he'd been wanting for a while now. And it was like one of the first times in his life, it seems as though things were going a little better. So things are starting to look a little up.
There's the cool night air kind of chills you all out. Evening comes over. Well, that is where we will end tonight's session, everybody.
Ooh.